programang ito ay rated LPG. Labis na patnubay at gabay ng magulang ang kailangan. Maaaring makapaminsala pag napabayaan habang nagluluto ng sinigang, adobo, batchoy, okoy, ginataan. Ilayo sa mga bata nang hindi mapaglaruan.
Fire is not a single object, but is actually made up of three components that make up the fire triangle. In order to produce fire, there must be three things: fuel to be burned, oxygen to aid in combustion, heat to raise the fuel of its ignition point. Modern research has made fire safety practitioners rethink and redefine the fire triangle to add another component.
The fourth component is the chain of chemical reactions necessary to create fire. The fourth component paved the way for the concept of the fire tetrahedron. Generally, simple definition of fire is that it is a process that involves the rapid oxidation of objects at elevated temperatures which produces smoke, heat, and light. Oxidation is the same process that causes the discoloration of an apple when exposed to air. The movement of molecules due to heat makes for the rapid expansion of gases surrounding the material that undergoes combustion.
Hi! Hello guys! At yun nga, panibagong araw, panibagong kalaman na naman. At ako nga pala to si Ayan at si paring Junbert. So ngayon, pakita na mo kung unsay mga rason sa mga sunog kanang mga wires nga malukot-lukot o kanang mga wala gipasagdan nga mga wires na ma-short circuit siya guys nya. Og
kana sa kuan guys, magluto mo guys inyo gahi guys kay na dekado kay kayo guys yung hindi guys magbuto niyo na guys. Ano siya guys nya kanan yung mga bata guys. Nagsagdi guys, di papunod ng puspuro guys. Sunog yun sigurado guys. Yawa guys.
Og mao to guys. Kana sa mga ilaga nga makit-kit sa mga wires mo sa mga inungdan nga masunog kay ma-short circuit mo kay kit-kit sa ilaga. Basta kana sa mga basta sa uwan dapat inyo ginang tarongon ninyong atop para di mabasa yung mga wire, di mo masunog yung balay. At yun na nga, safety tips sa mga fire.
Now, let's talk about the 4 stages of fire. This chair is an example of a fuel-controlled fire. Note the 4 stages of fire: ignition, growth, full development, and decay. First is the ignition phase. Fire triangle, fire, oxygen, and fuel join together to sustain chemical reaction. In this stage, fire can be put out by a fire extinguisher. This phase also is usually the first minute of fire. Next is the growth phase or incipient phase. The flame in the ignition stage as a heat source plus fuel from the surrounding material ignites. Heat transfer via convection and radiation spread the heat, increasing the size of fire. And plumes may reach the ceiling. Hot gases are collected at the ceiling transfer heat, allowing fuel in a room to come closer to their ignition temperature at the same time. In the third stage, which is the fully development phase or free burning phase, connection through rising of heated gases carries the heat to the ceiling. These heated gases spread sideways from the top downward, which forces the cooler air to go to the lower levels of the room. At this point, the fire has gone overall available fuel and temperatures reach their peak. Oxygen inside the room is consumed rapidly. People trapped in a fire at the free burning stage are taught to crawl low because it's much cooler on areas near the ground. One breath of the air reaching temperature of 700 degrees Celsius can immediately damage the lungs. Lastly is the decay phase or burnout phase, the area where the fire is confined or when the fire consumes all the available fuel. Fire slowly becomes less intense. In this stage, it's still dangerous because burning embers might still be present and the heat remains in the room. These are just waiting for a fresh supply of oxygen to start combustion again. As soon as the fresh oxygen is supplied to the confined space where combustion was impeded, by opening a door, combustion may occur again at high speeds and the results can be explosive. As they say in Filipino, di bali ng manakawan huwag lang masunugan. Indeed, the devastating effects of fire can literally wipe out everything that you own. Unlike when you are robbed, wherein there are some things that might be left behind. Countless reports of fires, especially during the summer months, make it more important that each and every Filipino knows what to do in case of fire. Here are some tips for fire safety measures before and during a fire. First tip, some common safety features are fire hose cabinets, fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, emergency lights, and smoke detectors. Knowing the locations of these tools and fire exits beforehand can mean the difference between life and death in a fire emergency. Third, knowing the emergency numbers of your local brigade would be a big help in case of an emergency. Having a universal emergency number will facilitate the call for help. Having a list of these emergency numbers on your wallet or on your phone is always a good idea. Inspecting wires for any signs of fraying or being bitten by pests would ensure that there will be no chances of wires accidentally coming into contact with each other. Lastly, the simple act of unplugging electrical devices when not in use is already a big help.
Getting out of a burning room or house can be very scary, and panic will surely set in if you have no clue what to do. First, assume a crawling position. This achieves two things: enables you to breathe better and also see better. In case you do not have a flashlight, to guide your way, the best chance is for you to crawl until you find the wall. The wall is to orient you towards the corner where you will find the window or the door, your alternative ways of exiting the burned room. When you are out, remember to close the door again. This will help in containing and delaying the spread of fire. Remember, once you are already out of the burning structure, never go back.
How to use a fire extinguisher. Remember the pass. P for pull the pin, A for aim the hose to the fire while keeping a safe distance from the fire, and S for squeeze. Squeeze the lever and deploy the chemicals in a sweeping motion.